Has someone got the name Scott in their name too? Scott? Scott Hill or Scott something. Okay, I do have someone coming through and I feel as though they're really athletic.
I think you've hit on this person.
And I think they're athletic because I'm like seeing their calves and I feel as though they're like running calves.
Okay.
Someone
Yeah.
that a lot of running.
This person with it athletic.
Yeah, male athletic. Just like seeing the arms as well, being quite strong. And this is young. How old are you? Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm 20s, 30s. How old? Maybe older. I won't hit on a age yet because it just feels really young. I also feel like they're quite tanned as well.
Yes, was quite tanned.
He's showing me his feet with a sock as well. So I don't feel as though he's like I feel as though he's quite white, but like he's spent time in the sun and that's why he's tanned.
Yes,
I don't
that's
feel as though
correct. Yeah.
he's been born
So the
overseas.
components of him that were in the sun were tanned. Yes.
Yes, yes,
So he's showing you that well.
yes. And those socks as well, the socks he shows me, they've got they're athletic socks as well. So I feel as though he's very active.
Yes.
And I get a lot of running for him. Like he shows me like short running shorts and like running. And I feel as though like I'm running in really beautiful places too. Like it's more parks, not so much national parks, but more parkways and things.
Okay. And he may have um, ran, and he would definitely be out in nature.
Okay, also being made aware of him wearing headphones when he's doing that. And these headphones are the old type of headphones. So it's not like Dr. Dre's Beats or anything. They're like the thin metal strap, the ones you get on like a Qantas flight, like a thin metal strap with the black
Oh, that
cords here. So just
earpieces.
sort of the older type of headphones
Okay.
with a cord. And the name for him as well, I feel he's like, they said junior. So sometimes that means that he's got dad's name or like he's got someone's name or his part of his name is dad's name or some a grandfather's name or something. So he has a family name. Oh, okay. So I do walk into a study and there's a lot of uh, framed things on the walls
Yes.
as though I've achieved
Yes, that I
a lot.
can verify.
I
You
feel
have.
there's three in
You
particular
did.
that are really important.
And I have seen a picture of his office, as you mentioned, and there are a lot of pictures on the wall, framed pictures on the wall. That
I
part.
feel these relate to his job, but I feel as though two in particular, it's almost like institutional awards, like graduation type certificates.
He did graduate. I think I understand what he's referring to there.
It
Yeah.
doesn't feel, this doesn't feel like they have extraordinary wealth,
Uh-huh.
but
That would be
it
correct.
feels,
Comfortable.
well off. Yeah.
Yep, that would be correct.
I get a son as well there.
Yes,
I
that's
feel as though
correct.
that's the eldest,
Yes.
and then a daughter as well.
Sorry, son and daughter. So we had a son and then a daughter.
I hear resentment as well for him in relationships. Feel it relates to the daughter. Also feel it relates to his wife as well.
It could have done. That's not what is said in the media, but yes, it's interesting. That doesn't necessarily mean that's how it was.
Yeah, and he shuts the door for me too. And I feel as though there's a very different life going on in the home. It's like behind closed doors.
So they did keep quite a private life. Their family life was quite private as well.
Okay. I'm just going to rule out a few places. I'm ruling out Asia and I'm ruling out Africa. I feel I'm Anglo-Saxon.
Mhm. Yes.
Am I Europe or the Americas? Not Australia. I'm not. Am I Australian? No, I'm not Australian.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel I'm in the Northern Hemisphere, so I feel I'm USA or Europe. And somewhere cold as well, somewhere where it snows. I'm not getting a great connection with him. Do you want to share the photo?
Yep.
Who's Jane? Is Jane his wife?
Oh, very close. Jean.
So I feel like he's bringing my attention outside again. So I feel as though he does spend a lot of time outdoors.
That's correct. Yeah.
Baseball.
Yes, so he played a lot of different sports when he was younger.
Is he American? Because he says baseball.
He's American, yes.
Okay. So something he does with his kids as well, or his son, actually, his daughter, not so much, but his son
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
And I feel as though he's involved in that team as well with his son. So it's like he's coached or helped somehow in that way for his son as well.
He may have been, oh, he would have definitely.
Because I feel as though he's suffered from a little bit of mental illness at times as well.
He definitely had some emotional ups and downs.
I'm also made aware it's like he's really well liked. And in fact, when he died, like a lot of people put flowers at his gravestone.
Yes. Yeah, he was very well liked. Do you
I feel
pick
like
up?
there's a lot of people that go to do that. And I
Yeah,
almost think that there's like, is that an event or it's like a time of year where people will do that too, sort of
there is a particular time of year where,
remember him.
yeah. Do you get like if you described his personality, can you describe his personality?
Very personable,
Yes.
very well liked.
Yes, he was.
But I feel as though he's not the boss where he is. I feel as though there's someone he's sort of answering to other people. They're shareholders. He might be the boss and they're kind of more shareholders like company owners.
I kind of understand that as well, and I can
I
explain
feel
that
as though
going
he is answering to other people, and in particular, like one gentleman in particular who, he'll call and he won't miss his call. That type of,
back. Okay. He does have a business partner,
okay.
and he did work for clients.
And I feel as though they may have gone to college together too, like, or had like that sort of
Yeah, they had,
relationship where they schooled together.
yeah, they possibly were. They're same part of the same kind of cohort of people, I guess, known to each other.
Yeah, you see, I almost want to put him, I want to put him in like 80s, 90s.
80s and 90s is correct. They can show you his profession. There should be able to show you some very distinctive things.
I feel as though he's giving me like metal instruments.
Yeah, they were, but instruments is probably not the correct term.
Okay.
I
Let
might
me
throw you.
find out what they are.
Yeah.
I'll just describe them to you to see if I can get more out of this. But they feel like little metal, bars or something that I'm holding, like maybe more of a tool. Like they
Yeah,
don't feel like they've got
tool,
computers in them, but they feel a bit more.
tool is the correct word. And metal bars, yes, I understand that. Bars, yeah, what do they look like?
Like they're the size of not that I've ever owned one, but like a gold bullion bar, but they feel silver to me in color, like that kind of,
Okay.
but lighter as well. I don't feel as though there's any technology in it.
Yeah. So he would have had tools that
I feel
he
like it's more like an implement type.
handheld silver colored implement tools, yes.
What are you doing with these? Because I feel as though, like, from his perspective, there's a lot of marketeer work involved, like doing a lot of marketing.
Yeah, he had to do a lot of marketing.
and
Yeah.
he's the face for that more so than the other fellow.
Yeah. Yeah. Because of his because he was quite personable and quite charismatic.
So at the beginning, when he was running and he showed me like the Walkman and the headset, like he's running with music because he's enjoying it. So like music's a thing for him.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be. Are you getting a name for his son at all?
I want to say he's a J and I want to go like Jamie or something.
Yeah.
E at the end.
His name, I'll give you his name, it doesn't matter. Andy, it's his name.
I told you, E at the end.
Andy with a Y. And
No, but
E,
the
and E,
sound
yeah, E at
E.
the end, you're right.
The sound E.
Yeah, I've got to be less, yes, you're correct.
I feel as though his middle name or something, the son, it's part of someone else's name too.
Yeah, so he's got
It might be grandpa's name, might be dad's name. It's part of someone's name.
he's got mum and dad's name hyphenated.
Oh, you mean their surname?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. And he boards domestic flights too. So I feel as though he does jet set a bit as well.
he does. He jet sets a lot. Yeah.
I don't feel as though it's international. I feel as though it's more domestic, like in
He
country.
he initially did a lot more domestic, but actually both domestic and international. Tell you what he did because there's still a story. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he was a renowned American mountaineer.
Okay. So
And I'm
that's
so
why he showed me the at the beginning, the parks and stuff, the running.
the running, he was very athletic. When he was younger, he played baseball, tennis,
Yeah.
and hockey. He was very athletic, but he ended up going to more independent sports from quite a young age in nature, rock climbing, mountaineering.
I mean, he sh could have showed me like a pickaxe or something. Like a
Yeah, that's why I thought he was showing you, where you got to use the hand tools to actually get into the snow.
what else I can get? He cause of death and stuff. Accident.
Yeah, it was an
Did he
accident.
pass in an accident?
He did, yes.
And I feel as though his wife wasn't there because I feel as though there's like a panic to call her as well.
Yeah, she wasn't there.
But I feel as though but there were other people there and they saw it.
That's correct.
And it's the type of thing that you witness and you feel really sick in your stomach. Like you know immediately that that person hasn't survived.
Yeah, that's it. He was seen by a few people, and um, I'll let you unfold
Yeah.
anything first before I say too much.
Yeah, because I almost feel as though he's hiking and I feel as though this is like a bad fall, like a big fall.
So he didn't fall, and he was definitely hiking. Do you get any sense of what that might have been?
Is he hiking somewhere really cold?
Yeah,
Okay. Because he's showing me like his lips and they're like really super chapped, but also like I look really dehydrated as well.
yes, that's exactly the look. So that's pretty high altitude climbing.
Okay. And like, yeah, I just feel like I'm really blue. Um,
Yeah,
and I feel as though I do fall before I pass. Like I,
he falls down, but not very far. I mean, literally
yeah, but
falls.
I still like there's still very much that motion of
Yes,
I'm walking, then I'm vertical, like I'm horizontal.
yeah, that's correct.
Oh. But I feel as though there's people here too. So I'm not like I don't feel like I'm alone. I feel as though that there's at least two people.
Yeah, that's there was I think there was two actually.
And I feel as though there is a satellite phone there too. I don't feel as though they've had to go and walk down to get help or something. I feel as though they've called. And flare, I feel as though they set off a flare.
And they couldn't. They did have to walk down. Not
Oh, why? Why are you showing
not
me?
all the way, but yeah, there couldn't. No satellite, no flare situation.
Maybe that's why he's showing them to me then, just saying they weren't there. Because I feel as though there's definitely this phone call to the wife.
Yeah, there was a satellite phone down at the bottom.
Okay. And like it's the phone I'm being seen to, it's like a proper big phone. It's not like a
That's correct.
little phone. It's like a
Yeah.
take it out of the
That's one of
bag,
the
take it
first,
out of the perfect briefcase type and construct it and screw the antenna on type phone.
and that was one of the first times they had the opportunity to use that too.
When I ask about cause of death, he actually shows me tablets. And I almost wonder if it's like, if they are like altitude type tablets and it's like not taking them or something. Because I am just really made aware of just being really cold and like the back of my throat's like so dry. Like super dry.
Are you getting any idea of his age or perhaps even a year? You're better at getting years than I am.
Yeah, I feel 40s.
Yeah,
I feel he passed young
he
40s.
was 40. Yeah.
I feel as though he only just had his birthday recently too.
Actually, so he was born in
Like I feel as though, don't tell me because I want to tell you the
yeah,
dates. I
okay.
want to say, when's this happen? I want to say this happens like in the new year, at the beginning of the new year, like maybe like February, and birthday's like we December, maybe.
Birthday is December.
Yeah, birthday December, death like a couple months later, like maybe I've got like February, March type feeling there.
Yeah, so he was a Christmas Eve birthday.
Oh, wow.
And then he would have had his 40th, and then this was in May.
Oh, it was in May. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon his actual party was the beginning of the year. I think he had a big party for his 40th because at that party, we're talking about this big thing that we're going to do, this event, and I'm talking about it a lot because I'm preparing for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of organization.
Mm.
Um, so do you want to know?
Like, there's someone that works in a shop too. There's someone that works in a shop that sells warm clothes, and they've got like a relationship there with that person. He's got a relationship with that person.
I'm sure he would have all of the marketing with all of the gear, the
Yeah, it
people.
might have been some sort of sponsorship, but I feel as though he knows someone that works in a shop and he like goes to that shop and picks up the stuff that he needs. Is there like a brand name here that's relevant? Like,
He had a business name.
hang on. Let me see if I can. Because I want to say it's like there's some sort of brand name, and I don't know what brand name it is, but it's like Mountain Designs or like Patagonia. There's like some kind of brand name that's like relevant for him.
You were close first time to his business name as well.
Start with a D. Like, is it Mountain D something?
Um, Mountain Madness was the name of his business.
Mountains. Yeah, I could get a mountain and then I got a D in there.
There's a D in Mad. Madness.
Yeah. I know, one D, one D. Yeah. Okay.
And
I
is it,
feel as though after his death as well, there is a lot of change that's happened after that. So, and when I say change, I think this relates to his partner or his mate. And it's almost as though after this has happened, he's gone home and sort of reassessed his life a bit and considered whether or not it's something he's going to keep pursuing and if he's going to do certain things. And because it's almost as though he just wants to put this chapter behind him,
yeah,
just in his grief.
yeah, quite possibly. And actually, some of the people we were with actually got killed the following year, two separate incidents with avalanches. So
Oh,
it's
good heavens.
a high risk industry in any case,
I feel as though when I hit the ground too, like going back to death, like when I hit the ground, like I'm cold, my face is cold. I don't actually, but I'm still alive.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. But then I do get like headaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So has he been just swept up with with big eyes, like a big, it's like a giant snowball has picked me up and is,
Right. Actually, he he was known to be quite accident prone, and he actually survived an avalanche. So he was with someone that got a bad feeling about the slope they were on.
okay.
They dug a hole. This guy dug a hole just while they were sitting having a rest, just with this bad feeling. Avalanche did come. Scott got swept up. Oh, sorry, I gave his name.
I
His name.
said Scott yesterday at the,
Yeah. I was going to tell you. I'm like, I can't believe this. And I verified with you and said, what was that name again? Scott. This is your Scott. And I
okay.
was like, I can't believe that. So, I mean, that's what
Sometimes
I'm
you just
going
got
to
to let
tell
the
you.
guy that wants to talk. That's
So
okay.
Scott came in and you were getting a double name as well. Like you were getting Scott something something. And I don't know, but it's Scott Fischer. Do
Fischer.
you know Scott Fischer?
No,
No, I didn't think you would know
no,
him.
don't know. No, none of
Yeah.
them. No.
So he's
He looks like the, I don't know, drummer in Bon Jovi.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen him before in my life. Um,
Well, yeah, he survived a lot of accidents.
he
The
actually tells me he likes Bon Jovi.
like there you go. He actually was involved with rescuing other people as well. He did a summit bid for K2 and he did.
And he feels really good about doing that.
He did. Yeah.
I think with his wife in particular, I feel there is a bit of resentment there because it's almost as though he can do what he wants and enjoy what he's doing, and she's doing what she has to do
Okay.
when it comes to career and
Yes.
rearing children. And there's just that resentment there because it's like she feels like she can't look after herself, she can't self-care because he's too busy and not available for that. And so there is just a bit of a
So he was going to school and adventure school. So I think that was the two certificates. He graduated from school and he would have graduated from adventure school because he became a guide at that school. So for the rest of his school
okay.
years, he kept going to adventure school for part of the year. And he actually met his wife at the adventure school. It's called Knowles.
Mm.
And she was a pilot for Alaskan Airlines. She was a captain. So as she was doing that, he was traveling around the world.
Wow, what a wild life. You know, he will measure twice, cut once. And he's actually showing me like a carabiner and he's like showing me how he tightens it up and then loosens it back a bit. So like tightens it and then backs it off a bit. And
Yeah.
it's like he's definitely got a procedure and a process that he follows. And he
Yeah.
says to the book because he was trained to do this.
Yeah.
And he
He,
knew he had like checklists, these mental checklists that he knew off by heart in terms of safety things. And
yeah.
he would just run through these checklists in his head. And he was confident that he always made the safest decisions and the wisest decisions when it came to other people's safety and
Yeah.
setting up and packing down. Just, you know, some people, he's showing me like someone just shoving like a sleeping bag into their sleeping bag. And he was like, no, it would take some time to lay it out, fold it up properly and make it really tight and then put it in. So he always had like a methodology, a really strong methodology. And he says he did everything the same every single time. I don't
Dave,
think far from where they needed to go either, like where they were. It's like a few hours, like where they were going. It's not like they just started the journey. I feel as though they were
yeah.
almost where they needed to go.
Yeah. And there was a group of people in trouble that were even closer. They were like 50 feet from the base camp for.
Because I actually feel like there's three groups on this mountain at the time, and we're in the middle.
There was a cyclone that was going on and it hit the Himalayas and it was just this massive storm.
Oh,
And
wow.
they were literally all in trouble.
From him, it's as though he has done everything that he could. to stay alive and to keep the people that were in his charge alive.
Yeah.
And he went through those mental checklists and did everything that he personally needed to do. And what's happened is outside of his control.
That's right.
Yeah, and I just hear the words force majeure. So just there's nothing that he could have done about it. Just a tragic accident.
They tried to save him. He was very well liked.
When I tune into his energy, I just feel like I want to throw up.
Their bodies are still on the mountain today. They just kind of moved them off that main track. And the mum was very, very upset about the way that Scott was portrayed in the two movies, Into Thin Ice or On Thin Ice, something like that, and Everest. And so he was they had him portrayed in the movie almost like standing there going, oh, I'm invincible. And I think that was literally the last words that had come out.
I find him to be like a really humble, nice guy.
Yep.
I think.
So I completely refute that as well, just tuning into him as well.
Yeah, I feel like he's a really humble, really nice guy. And I feel as though he's got the best life in the world, and he believes that. Like he lives his passion, he's got a beautiful family, he knows what he wants, and he has dreams and ambition and goals. And for that reason, a lot of people look at him a little bit differently because he's already achieved.
That's it.
There's a bit of jealousy almost there, especially with people in those ranks in the mountaineering community, because it's quite a small group, and I feel as though there is a bit of just a bit of disdain there for him because of his achievements and because of what he's doing.
Yeah, I agree. He was confident, and he was confident because he was very good, and he had spent 2 decades climbing. He was very good. Yeah, so there was quite a few that went missing on that day. He was very close to one of the Sherpas who worked very closely with him. He was the Sherpa that was hauling this lady who was going to be documenting her 7th summit. And he was with him and tried to help him. And he also refuted everything that was said about the mistakes that were made that day. He said, no, that's not the case. And the Sherpas knew. I mean, they were the experts. So that was refuted by him as well.
I feel as though he has a message for us too in all of this. So I feel as though he lived with no regrets, like looking back on his life and reflecting on his life. He did, he felt that he had a really good family life. He had a really good work life, and he was able to live his passion.
It's my livelihood, and I hope that I can do a good job for people. I started out my business, Mountain Madness, to have fun, to support my lifestyle. My mission statement would be to turn people onto the mountains. And if someone's goal is to climb Mount Everest, and they're willing to really work hard for it and pay their dues, I'd sure like to be the one to help them get there. People that have paid me, it's pretty much my job to, I guess, number one, keep them alive, and number two, to do everything we can to get them to the summit.